All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Oil Stream. Thank you very much for being here. Dusty and Tommy with you.
Hello.
Just got emailed the schedule for the fun spiel.
Yes.
And myself, Reed, Jasmine, and the listener we were with, Mike, will be going up against the Combine crew in what I believe they call the first draw.
Yes, they do call that the first draw.
I'm excited because I'm pretty sure the Combine crew doesn't curl either. Reed says he's curled in a couple of bond spiels. I've curled like twice. I don't know. Does Jasmine, she never curled?
No, she's bringing a helmet and upper and lower mouth guard because
maybe I'll bring a helmet
that's
too.
what she needed.
Maybe then we'll wear a helmet together.
That's lovely.
Maybe I'll bring Reed a helmet. We can just be the helmet team.
Oh, he wears one outside wherever he goes anyway.
Yeah.
If you ever see Reed Wilkins walking downtown, generally with a helmet on.
Reed, I don't know if you heard this, Tommy, but Reed was just talking to me about how you refuse to tell him that you love him around the office. That's interesting to me. First you try to kill him, and now you won't use the L word with him? Interesting.
Well, I love the bookbinder.
Interesting.
Maybe I love the bookbinder more than I love Reed.
He does say, he goes, I need to keep working on the bookbinder voice so I don't lose it.
He's overthinking it. The bookbinder is so good. He's got that one hot button. Like, I love the board, and he's got his hot buttons, and Jay's very good with the hot buttons. Fantastic show. I don't know if you even listen to us at all or have in the past and haven't checked out Reed and Jay on the Reed Wilkins show, you're missing out. That is a great way to
It's a really good show, man.
The drive home. Yesterday, I was driving back from Nisku in the late afternoon, early evening, and they had Wayne on from Wayne's Sports Club.
Yeah, Wayne was in yesterday,
And I loved both segments, learned a lot of stuff about the collectibles side of things, and that was a very enjoyable 48 minutes of driving from Nisku in rush hour.
It's a tremendous show.
Yeah.
It's, I always tell people, I got lucky. like when we hired Reed, I was just like, man, I know he's good. Let's see how it goes. Big name.
Well,
leaving Chet to come join us. This is a nice get.
You got lucky while I was doing the dirty work.
Yeah, that's right. And then it turned out I almost said the F word, but it turns out he's freaking awesome. So it's a good show. If you've not yet checked it out, if you've not yet checked out the Reed Wilkins show, make sure you do. You won't miss it. After you check it out once, you will make sure you stick around. And EST Afternoons with Hernan and Gager, perfect transition from Oil Stream and two guys every day right on over to the Reed Wilkins show. Bottom line is it's been like 6 months, but from 1 to 6 every day right here on Edmonton Sports Talk on TuneIn, iHeart, YouTube, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. It's very strong content is what we have right here for you. How's Valentine's Day, Tommy? You got big plans?
Dinner tonight, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I do.
Now,
it was
the dinner you have tonight. Don't want to get too much into the details.
Oh, sure, whatever. You know me.
But at this point last year, did you even know this person?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
But we knew
not
each
in the
other.
way you know her now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, we knew each other.
Nice.
I was unaware of any
interest.
Okay. When I found out, I was pleasantly surprised. I also happened to be in a different relationship, and I was like, "Oh, really?" It didn't have an effect on the prior one.
Yeah.
This one just kind of emanated very naturally. So yeah, she's great.
So it's been like a month or so.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day.
About a month.
So
it's a very pleasant month.
So you will tell her that you love her tonight?
No.
No. What? That's crazy. A fancy dinner? Chill dinner? What do you do?
A nice dinner.
May I suggest a heart-shaped pizza from Boston Pizza, the presenting sponsor, and I'm probably about 98% sure the Nielsen family will be having heart-shaped pizzas.
And that's beautiful. My mom, happy Valentine's Day to my mom. She always extends her Valentine to myself and my brothers. She's Reno and her like frickin' frack.
Yeah.
They were meant for each other, which is incredible because all they do is yell at each other, but it's with love. And when they're without each other, they're generally lost. It's beautiful.
That's cute.
And it's the most
I don't think my parents have been apart in 30 years.
And your parents are fantastic.
Yeah.
Mine, you're like, why are they yelling? And then like they yell, they go off into their own little corner of the home and then they come back. Oh, baby, what do you want for dinner?
Has tonight's
I could make something. Stuff like that.
Has tonight's Valentine's date met your mom yet?
No.
Okay, so we're not at that stage.
Oh,
yet.
no.
No. Okay. All right.
She can meet her. That's fine. But I'm not one of those people that's like, well, there's steps to this relationship.
Does she have a tool to brush teeth at your house?
Yeah.
Oh, hello. Yeah. Now, is it one she brought over? Or is it one of the ones you saved for other people?
I had an extra one.
Did you? Okay.
It's been used many times. So, yeah, she's.
Hey, wait a second. Stop here.
Not by anyone else.
Oh,
it was brand new.
I thought you were just like,
oh no, that's beyond disgusting.
So-and-so left this year. No, you could use it now.
No, sorry, I worded that improperly.
Even for you, I was like, no, man.
No chance. No, she's used it multiple. It's brand new. She had it.
Well, I'm excited. This will be fun for you tonight.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
Yeah, and what did you say? Did you say fancy or chill? Would you say a medium-sized dinner?
Let's call it a nice dinner.
Wow, good for you.
Dress up nice. And
you're going to dress nicer than this, then, as well.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Snazz it up.
I'll be having Valentine's Day dinner probably in this t-shirt and sweatpants as we watch some sort of Star Wars content.
But that's, you know what though, Valentine's Day with a family, young one such as yours, it evolves, right? Like sure, you and Tam could do something together without the kids, but when you include the kids, I find like even my mom, when we were young, we'd come down or wake up and on the kitchen table, each one of us would have a little Valentine's Day
That's what we
package.
do for the kids.
Yeah. And then my dad would have something. And then my dad would get my mom something. I don't want to be my dad's Valentine. God bless him. I love him. But it was that kind of like familial, hey, good day to remind everybody. ELE, everybody love everybody.
Yeah.
So if they're very thankful that we have that, and it sounds like that's kind of where
we do a thing from February 1st up until today where we put a message to each of the kids every morning, so they can say like a nice, kind sort of message about how we love them or if they're funny or all this type of stuff.
You go like to Muzz on a Thursday where the weather's crap. Muzz, go mess someone up at recess. Love you, Dad.
The Muzz, she's more stuffed up than I am.
No, there's something going around.
She stayed home from school yesterday, and she stayed home today, and she was very sad she couldn't go today because it's Valentine's Day at school, and she was excited to get all of her Valentines.
Which was great.
So now Marshall he took her Valentines into her class, and he'll go and pick hers up after. So she was a little sad that she had to stay home today.
That's a great reminder. And Muzz, if you're listening, I hope you're feeling better. I always enjoyed Valentine's Day in like elementary school because your mom or you'd buy the box of Valentine's cards to give out to your student, like your classmates, and you'd always wonder who would get you one if the kid you hated got you one.
Or like what's the one say of like the person you had a crush on,
and
huge moments.
I was such a little dork. I'm still a little dork, but I always remember like every year there'd be like one girl in the class or two that you're like, I hope I get a Valentine's from her. And you don't know how to act on it. You just be like, thank you. And then you would give one to, you pick, like, I would always get like Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, stuff like that. And I would always pick my favorite of the box that I thought was the best Valentine's card. And I would give it to the crush. I'd be like, well, this one's for Nicole, because there was 40 Nicoles in our class, because everybody named their kid Nicole if they had a daughter in 1985.
Well, I one year had 4 Sarahs in my class.
Oh yeah,
4 Sarahs in one class.
Sarah, Nicole, Ashley. There were numerous. A lot of Emmas too, but I think Emma had like a resurgence.
Emma's a resurgent.
Yeah.
Like it's a very I have a niece named Emma. It's a very popular name again. Yeah.
But so I would take my favorite Donatello Valentine card from the box, and I'd be like, "This one's for Nicole." Ooh, and then I would take like April O'Neil. I had a crush on April O'Neil. Okay, this one's for Ashley. And then you'd happy Valentine's, and then you'd run away because you're a scared little snot.
Yeah.
And then you hope you get one back, and you're like,
you've been juggling multiple things for a long time, eh?
Oh yeah.
Ever since it was young Tommy Gazzola, like training early. God, that's how
I didn't know what it meant.
What do they say? They say practice for 10,000 hours if you want to be good at something.
10 times that.
This guy did it.
Yeah.
This guy did it.
Whoops.
780-218-9999 Northside Sandwiches. I'm the same as Dusty. We're going to get 2 heart-shaped pizzas, and we're going to bed by 9 p.m. I would love to know And Trev was telling us this, like, on Heart-Shaped Pizza Day today, well, Heart-Shaped Pizza's leading up to it, but on Valentine's Day, Trev was saying that when he worked at Boston Pizza, nobody on the staff could have that off. Everybody was in every single Valentine's Day because they did so many heart-shaped pizzas.
All hands on deck.
So this must be the biggest day of the year at Boston Pizzas obviously across this province, but across the country.
I have a good friend of mine, his now ex-wife, sadly, but they were together for like 20 years. Their thing, and they were fancy people. But their thing, since they were 15 or 14 when they started dating, was BP's Valentine's heart-shaped pizza. Yes. And they did it until, poop went sideways and the marriage ended. But
so it wasn't that good of luck.
Yeah, they would be the people going to Olia on a Wednesday night, but on Valentine's Day, they were going to their local BP's. And they were getting their heart-shaped pizzas every year.
I don't even know what you just said. What was the other place?
Olia.
What's that?
Or Mimi. That's the new hot spot.
What?
You could be like Edmonton Stefan. You haven't been to Olia or Mimi, where they have all kinds of things.
You do pretty good, Stefan.
Bill Hader, that was a great character. I wouldn't know what, I'd have to
I would think they might run Stefan back here with the SNL 50th anniversary show this weekend.
You guys were talking about some of the best SNL skits, and I like how Rick was trying to do the pinch your head. That's Kids in the Hall.
That's from Kids in the Hall. I have no idea.
I think that was Mark McKinney, who was on SNL briefly. And actually, Stefan was excellent. Him and was it Seth Meyers?
Seth Meyers was the host when Stefan was a big thing.
Bill Hader was so good. Bill Hader, when he would have him and Fred Armisen, and they would do the Queen and Queen Elizabeth and whatever her husband's name was. Did you ever see that? They'd be like prim and proper, and then as soon as like the family would leave the room and they'd be with the guests, they'd start getting real nasty.
Oh, really? I don't remember
it was so
one.
funny. And then like Fred Armisen would start playing electric guitar, and then like a family person would come in. Oh dear, that's lovely. Like they would just switch up their voices. It was hilarious.
That was an underrated group there. With Armisen and stuff. Like that was,
They brought for the Super Bowl, wasn't there a Californians VW commercial?
Oh, I didn't see that in the Super Bowl. Really?
Yeah.
California still has life going on. I'll be honest with you, I never really fell in love with the Californians bit.
It was annoying, but at the same time, you're like, there's something to it.
I'll watch it back sometime. I get sucked down SNL YouTube holes rather regularly, and it's not like I skip over it when it comes on.
I know,
but I'm always just like, I don't know if this should be as legendary as some people make it out to be.
It has a niche for sure, and then that was kind of like the two a-holes, where it was oh goodness, what's her name? Who's buddy that plays Ted Lasso? Sudeikis, and what's her name?
Kristen Wiig,
where they were the two assholes.
I don't know if I ever saw that one either.
They were so good. You want pizza today, babe? And they're chewing their gum. Yeah, babe, I want pizza. No,
I'm gonna have to watch that one too.
Yeah, they were fantastic too.
Anyway, I'm kind of excited for the SNL 50. I saw a screen, like a table reading today. Somebody sent that to me, and obviously Farrell is there. I'm interested to see what they have him do this weekend. I mean, it'll be pretty good. I
watched I didn't go out on Saturday last week, and watched a rerun episode. It was Charlie XCX, who I'm really starting to be fond of.
This is a musician?
Yeah, but she did both.
Okay.
She's a British girl, and I thought she was phenomenal in every skit she was in. And then her music, what is some of it's catchy.
What's her songs right now? Like,
she did one with Billie Eilish, which is not fit for the air.
XCX.
One of them's Apple. You hear it a lot.
Oh no.
You know Apple?
Is that the one? Pity update, like that one?
No.
Who does that one? My kids love that song.
I don't know that one, but
they love it right now, and they think it's hilarious.
She also did a SNL digital short with Andy Samberg where it's like snitching on your neighbor.
Oh, I never saw that.
Yeah, it was so good.
I feel like you might watch more SNL than I watch.
I like SNL, and
I'm a big fan too. I like it.
I heard Trev talking about it with you guys on the morning show, saying that SNL now is not the same as how it used to be. But even when we were younger, we'd be like, oh, it's not the same as when Adam Sandler and those guys, Mike Myers, Dana Carvey. And I think that's just the common theme no matter what. And as long as SNL exists, we will always say it was never as good as that era or that era.
Like, it will never be as good as the era that you were when you were 18 to 26.
Right.
Right? Like, that's...
I actually like it now.
I don't mind it now. I think who's Heidi Gardner's funny.
I think she's great.
She's funny.
The Latino, the younger Latino
Domingo guy, he's
fantastic.
There's a few of the younger guys actually I think have a lot of potential.
Yes.
I did say, Reed and I were talking about this morning, I do think, like, I like Shea and Jost, but I feel like we've seen enough of them on the weekend. But I also don't know if there's any staff, like cast members right now
that are strong enough,
who are strong enough that you would put on that desk.
So they might be stuck in there for a bit.
So I don't know. I like them. And to be honest with you, those two guys during the first Trump presidency was like the only reason I'd still watch SNL.
Right. Yeah.
But I mean, they've had the longest Weekend Update run, and I don't think they should have had the longest Weekend Update run.
I understand that. It might be part of it is circumstance. Mikey Day's another great cast member. If you're Colin Jost, though, you are Mr. Scarlett Johansson.
I know.
You are riding the gravy train. You are doing minimal work, writing and doing Weekend Update until Lorne Michaels tells you to take a hike. And when he does, you go, thanks for the run. It was great. And then you go and be Mr. Scarlett Johansson, and you be the baby daddy that she needs. Yeah. You take care of those kids. You let her do her thing. What a guy that Colin Jost.
I still love Weekend Update.
Yeah,
I just wouldn't mind to see a couple new faces on Weekend Update.
And I understand that.
Yeah, no, it's you know what, the only beef I really have with Saturday Night Live over the last however many years SNL's been on the air, or that I've been watching since like the mid 90s. Yukon and I always joke about this, but they totally blew it with Kyle Mooney and the Bruce Chandling character.
Oh man,
Chandling, like the bad New York comedian, when he come out and then get really sad and be like, actually nobody likes me. I'm like, yes. Why did they not do more with Bruce Chandling? Bruce Chandling was one of my top 10 characters. I know you got like 3 or 4 skits, and that was it. Like,
Kyle Mooney, I think, was so underrated.
Yeah. Oh, Mooney was great. He didn't last long. It's just
and it's too bad because he even did Zoolander 2, where he was kind of the main bad guy, as well as Mugatu. Zoolander 2 wasn't as bad as some other sequels, like Anchorman 2 and stuff like that. When he introduces himself to Hansel and Derek in Zoolander 2, and they're like, yeah, so where are we doing this fashion shoot? At the Trevi Fountain underneath the Eiffel Tower? And he goes, did you guys hear yourself? Sounds dope. Cool. That shit was Narnar Bobo. And you're like, only Kyle Mooney can come up with stuff like that. I'll have to play it for you after the show. But I thought that was just brilliant. Like, he's just the weirdest guy. Or he'd do like the garage California show inside his parents' garage.
Yeah, well, he did a movie that kind of flopped hard.
Which one?
What was the name of it? It was about like a teddy bear that he had, or I can't remember the name of it.
Not Ted.
No, not Ted. No, what was the name of it? Anyway, I just loved him as Bruce Chandling. Like, if you don't know what we're talking, Briggsy Bear. It was called Briggsy Bear. No, anyway, if you're not familiar with Bruce Chandling, go on YouTube and type in Bruce Chandling. And I'm telling you, that was a character that they missed. T. Wilson says, I thought Mooney sucked, mildly funny on rare occasions. Yeah, I didn't love him in non-Bruce Chandling stuff, but Bruce Chandling was a phenomenal bit that they totally wasted. Yeah, it was, Bruce Chandling was a really
so bad for him.
Yeah, like Bruce Chandling was a funny bit. I don't know how many times, with Tracy Morgan. I don't know how many times he did Astronaut Jones, but have you seen Astronaut Jones?
I've seen Astronaut Jones.
Astronaut Jones was hilarious. I think I've only seen like 2 or 3 of them max.
Brian Fellows' Safari Planet was amazing.
Should have got more run too.
Oh my goodness.
Brian Fellows' Safari Planet was one of the best. Yeah. I mean, there's so many. God, too good. All right, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Somebody says, hey, Dusty, the fun fact that Aputu song is based off a Korean-based drinking game. Is that so my kid, you know that song we're talking about?
No.
Pity.
That one? Yeah. I keep hearing it everywhere.
It's everywhere. So my kids love it, but so it's always on in the truck when we're driving around. Like they like to listen to Kiss 91.7 or something. They're big fans of Jeff Holland, actually, my kids.
Jeff Holland, I'm a big fan of
Holland's
Jeff Holland.
a beauty,
He's
actually.
awesome
He's
guy.
good.
I saw Kent Morrison yesterday. I skated with him.
What?
You want to talk about a beauty? That man.
You saw Morrison?
I saw Morrison. Big bro hug.
I'm very jealous. Is his beard still phenomenal?
It's formidable.
Did you tell him I'm trying to grow one just like him?
I will tell him on Monday when I see him again.
Anyway, my kids think it's funny when that song's on because when it gets to the part where they're like, PT.
And it's don't you want me, baby?
Yeah.
You're hearing it everywhere.
I say, arm pity, up the A. And they just are like, Daddy's saying arm pity. They think it's the funniest thing.
Love that.
It's, but that song is literally everywhere right now. It's crazy.
That.
All right, 780-218-9999. I want to get to this text. This is a great text. Andrew the accountant says, my wife and I always get heart-shaped pizza on Valentine's Day, and I've been doing so for 10 years. I have to work until 9 p.m. tonight, so I will be sending her a pizza while I'm at work.
Nice touch. God, I respect the hell out of that.
That's pretty nice.
How about this one from Pat on a much lighter note? Quote, let me ask you one question. Where are that snake's arms? Brian Fellows.
Oh, yeah. Man, Brian Fellows. I didn't get introduced to Brian Fellows till like after the after it.
Yeah.
And I think my buddy Ferg was like, you got to watch Brian Fellows. So I did. And my God, like, too good, man.
Oh, where's that snake's arms?
Guys, my wife's name is Nicole, and her two best friends are Nicole too.
Yep.
They just call each other Nicole. No nicknames, no nothing. Well, that's weird.
Wild.
That's weird.
And then Jen Cool was in the nasty chat too, saying there was a lot of Jennifers. A bunch of
people are in the chat.
Very true. Very true. Jennifers, Ashleys, Nicoles, Sarahs, Emmas. Just it was like there was like 6 names that parents could choose between 1983 and 1987, and they did. They just chose those ones.
All right, 780-218-9999. Penner's Pancake says, when is Dusty's next planned haircut? Not sure. At some point. And when I do, I will go to Tommy Guns. Yeah. Look, I'm going to Boston right away, so it's not going to be next week. So it'll probably be, what do you think this hair is? 5 inches long right now? 4 inches long?
Yeah. 4.5.
Probably 4 inches.
Yeah.
It's getting pretty ridiculous.
It's just the sides and back. Like you can keep it longer on top. It's just.
I would never do that.
You're getting scraggly at the back. I get uncomfortable. Like mine goes straight down. I get like a straight up 80s mullet if I let it go.
And, you should do that one time.
No, it's not great.
What if we did something for charity?
Oh, well, now you've twisted my rubber arm.
And I gave you no option.
And I have to get frosted tips.
You have to do it, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, One Eye Pizzas. I had 3 Kims in one of my classes. Yeah.
Kim?
Yeah, the one year I had 4 Sarahs in the class. It was too much. It was too much.
I had a monster crush on a Kim.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah, she broke my
heart. What were you, like 4 years old?
No, I was like 20.
Oh, wow. I guess that is quite a ways ago now.
Yeah, it is. Thanks for reminding me.
That's okay, buddy.
She was beautiful.
All right, let's talk some hockey.
Let's.
If you are listening on TuneIn or iHeart or EdmontonSportsTalk.com, hammer the thumbs up for us. That would be great. And hey, quickly, we'll get to it in a second.
Yep.
Are you curling at all tomorrow? Or are you going to I'll stub in for somebody?
If needed, I will. I'll sub in. Curling.
You curl a bit though, right?
Yeah, I can, and I do. I did the alumni bonspiel a little bit, but my abilities in curling quite limited. So I'm not like if there are people that really want to play and try it, then that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you guys go ahead. If you need somebody, I'll do it. I'll be there the whole time.
I may fake injury early, and then you can slide in for me.
And then I'll fake injury early after that.
We'll see how it goes.
But I'm there to have a good time and sub and just shoot the breeze with people. So, but yes,
nothing wrong with hanging around a curling club.
And that curling club is fantastic. Like Gavin and his wife Angela, the whole crew at Shamrock are fantastic. It's a great vibe. A good mix of like serious and casual. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very much looking forward to the fun spiel tomorrow.
All right, let's get into it. Canada, U.S. tomorrow night. Tommy, what'd you think of the United States last night, and especially when they put the Tkachuk boys together?
Oh, look out. I like how there was a lot of references to the Bash Brothers from D2, the Mighty Ducks. I love that reference. Those two, they're little animals, and you put them together. Like if I was on a line in international tournament with a lot of viewers and all that, a lot of attention on it. With my brother, I would be super excited.
Oh, how cool
and I would
is that?
just, run roughshod like those guys did.
You can only do that with your brother in ball hockey, obviously.
Yeah, but I don't play ball hockey, and we know how that goes, right?
I love digging that wound back up. Oh. Sorry, buddy.
He's a tremendous ball hockey player.
Yeah, well, there you go then.
Yeah, so it's great. Like the Finns surprised me with their start. I thought they hung in there really well, and then obviously the dam broke and the U.S. took over. We knew Finland was in trouble. So that was an expected result. I think it was impressive how the Americans did it. I think that they're showing people why they're to be reckoned with. And I think Canada is in for a doozy of a game tomorrow. Now, if people are perceiving Canada as a lesser opponent because they only beat Finland 4-3 in OT, and then the U.S. stomped, or Canada beat Sweden 4-3 in OT, and the USA stopped Finland, I think that would be unfair. I think this is going to be a great game.
Sweden is much closer to these two teams than Finland.
I think Sweden's right there with those two teams.
Me too. I mean, they took Canada in overtime for goodness
exactly,
sake.
And they were down. And I was you weren't here on Wednesday, but Hernan and I were talking about that game that night. And I said, I think it's going to be 4-3. I think Canada pulls it off, but I think Sweden's got a good team. We went through the rosters and we're like, what players on Sweden are not good? That whole roster was actually, we gave Sweden the advantage on defense, goaltending about it. Actually, you could even make the case that Sweden's goaltending is better. Gustafsson was brilliant, man. He kept them in there. And then the whole Binnington conversation's interesting, and I feel like we'll probably get into that a little bit.
Yeah, we'll get into some blue stuff.
This tournament to me is highly entertaining. I'm gonna watch. I was always gonna watch it. Like, am I more enthusiastic about it than I was Wednesday afternoon? Yeah, a little bit. I think the entertainment value is why. It's getting me excited about the Olympics. Now, the general prestige of this tournament still is minimal in my opinion, but it's not created to be prestigious. It's created to get the juices flowing for the Olympics, and then it is laying the groundwork for the 2028 World Cup, which is great to see that they've announced it too. We're in for.
Did you see what Gord Miller said about that?
What did he say?
He said the other nations overseas are like, no, we're not on board with this.
I don't blame them because it's going into the playoffs of their of their.
So I don't know if the World Cup becomes what they said it was going to be. Well, with 8 teams.
Okay, so think of it this way. The problem that the players in the NHL have are they want it mid-season, right?
Yeah.
Whereas before the World Cup, Canada Cup, all of that would be held in September, leading into training camp. Now you want it mid-season, the players do, but then those guys from the other nations that are coming from Germany, Czech, maybe Russia if they end this situation, the war. But all of those leagues have to basically disrupt their seasons going into the playoffs. So for them, the timing is awful unless you go back to the September tournament.
Yeah.
Otherwise, all you're doing is taking from the NHL and the AHL, and outside of the top 5 nations, you don't have enough players to fill a German roster, a Swiss roster, maybe even a Czech roster. It was Craig Simpson yesterday was saying there's 50 NHLers from Finland, 11 of them defensemen. They have 3 injuries on the back end? They're down to a pool of 8 D-men from the NHL to the point where they're taking a guy out of the AHL from Ottawa's system.
Here's what Miller said on Blue Sky. The NHL/NHLP announcement about 2028 World Cup has been mostly welcome to North America, but the response in Europe has been muted. This is the IIHF wasn't aware that an announcement was coming, nor were most of the other European hockey stakeholders.
Yeah.
The first is timing. We just talked about proposed World Cup will take place in February. The European clubs will shut down for the Olympics next year, but IIHF receives money from IOC for running the hockey tournament. That money's been passed on to the members' associations, and some possible federations will get money from the World Cup, but not all of them. I mean, if if these federations are going to be in the World Cup, the NHL has to give them money. I mean, I don't know how you expect them to. Anyway, this
is politics.
It's a pretty bad look that the IIHF did not know that you were going to roll out that 8 nations were going to be involved in the World Cup.
See, that's where I don't believe the IIHF.
You don't think the IIHF did not know?
This is them politicking.
It might be. Gord is super tight with the IIHF.
Yes.
So if they were going to get a message out, it would obviously be like Gord's the guy for the IIHF since he started doing World Juniors 25 years ago.
Bob Nicholson, love him or hate him, is still with the double IIHF. So if there's something going on an NHL side of things, there's no way Bob's not keeping the double IIHF in the loop. Seriously. So that's why, to me,
it
it's
does say it wasn't
politicking.
aware that the announcement was coming. So maybe they are aware of that they want to do the tournament, but they weren't aware that they were going to announce it then.
Or they want in on the conversation more.
Yeah.
Like that.
I mean, but you can't do that event if the IIHF isn't on board because you need to have these teams get players from other leagues. Right? Like
you can do it, but then you could do it, but then if you do it, and because it is a straight up NHL event, then you're limiting yourself to NHL and AHL
you can't do
rosters.
it with, but they just said that they were going to do it with 8 teams. So, like, they can't do it the way they laid out they were going to do it if the IIHF isn't on board.
That's why I think it's just kind of the groundwork for further discussion. The double IHF wants a bigger say in this. That's how I perceive it.
Would you rather just do this again in 4 years?
No.
Or would you? No.
No.
You got to at least get, you would think, Russia and Czechia back into it at some point down the road.
Slovaks, Germans, Swiss, like it's a.
But that's the thing, like they can't do that if it's just NHL related, right?
And I think they will figure it out. That's why I think this is just a public spat, if you will.
Politics in the world of hockey, unbelievable.
Oh, it's been happening for decades.
All right, would you go Binnington again?
I would. No, hang on. I was thinking about this. If I was in John Cooper's shoes, I would give Adin Hill a shot. Now, I think it's going to be Binnington again. Because, like, Binnington, say what you will about the 2 goals he allowed. And you made a good point about if that was Stu Skinner, he'd be getting shredded. Then I looked at your replies, and I'm just like, oh, my, these people.
Oh, yeah.
They just can't
I
get
didn't even
off
look.
it.
I saw there was a bunch of them, but I was
it
like,
was not. Don't go look. It's just, it'll soul suck you. Like, it's just brutal.
But I saw some people being like, what a shot. I was like, no, it wasn't. What are you talking about? It went right through him.
Kempe's one went through him. I thought Brodin's shot I thought it was just kind of a hope and a prayer shot, but it was perfect.
You want it stopped, but...
Yeah, kind of shuddered or shrugged.
That's one of those classic ones where
you gotta get that
goalies today stood up, it would have hit him right in the chest.
He's only 6'3", 6'4". Anyway, I would go to Hill. I don't care what the meaning of the game is, because if you're truly ramping up for a finals appearance, you should have trust in both guys just in case. But I think he'll go back to Binnington, and Binnington made some huge saves in the third period and overtime. I don't think there's a wrong answer, basically.
To me, Huss made a great point. He said he would go to Adin Hill. Because if Hill plays great, then you just run with him. If he doesn't play well and they lose, then you go back to Binnington against Finland. And then you got Binnington going in against the States at 2-0 in the final, and they didn't see him already once in the event. Yeah. And I was like, okay, fair point. I also think if let's say Canada scores late in the third period and wins that game 4-3, I think the entire nation would be like, there's no way you're starting Binnington on Saturday. Like, I think the 2 big saves that he made in overtime are really the only reason we're talking about him possibly starting against the U.S. I would have had Hill as the starter anyway.
Over Binnington? Honestly, me too.
I think in a lot of these tournaments, you split the first 2 games and then you pick a guy.
That's usually what they do.
That's usually how it works, right? So,
and again, there is very little prestige in winning this tournament. It's not a national embarrassment if they don't make the final. It's not a national embarrassment if they lose in the semifinal. Like, this is just a testing ground for the Olympics. It's not like if our World Junior team didn't make it to the quarterfinal or lost in the quarterfinal.
They've now hired staff to make sure that
because there are issues at the developmental level and at the World Junior level, and like Has it crept into the pros yet? No. Might it? I think it could, but I don't think it has just yet. That's why I think this is separated from what the World Juniors are doing and have dealt with over the last couple of years.
Looks like they're going to leave Marner with McDavid and Reinhart. What did you think of Connor's line in game one?
Connor?
Yeah, his line.
Fantastic. The line, they were good. They were dangerous. They had chances. And I was following along on X and Twitter and people saying, give Connor some great line mates. Well, I don't know, a 57-goal scorer and a 100-point guy seemed pretty good to me.
I didn't think him and Marner were great together.
I didn't think Marner had a great game se, but
Marner doesn't. I think Marner needs more juice to keep up with McDavid. You know what I mean? Like Marner's a guy like puck control, slow things down, and McDavid is like shot out of a bloody rocket every time he gets it. You know, like. Reinhart just has to get to good spots and shoot.
Reinhart's like Hyman.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, not as greasy, I think.
No, but that's the type of winger, that's the type of role he can play. Be open for the shot, go to the net.
Yeah.
Reinhart can do that. That's how I look at him. Like if you were to compare this line from Team Canada to what the Oilers have with McDavid's lines, Reinhart is the Hyman of the McDavid line, right? Now, Marner... I don't know. But, like, I still look at that line. I'd put him out there against the U.S. And keep in mind, you can change your lines up in the game. If things aren't working, you switch it up. How many times do we talk about Chris Knobloch changing lines mid-game, first period? If you have Marner on a short leash tomorrow night and he gets physically outmatched and he is not into it and you think he's not going to give you much jam, put someone else on McDavid's line. But I think Reinhart's fine there. Quite frankly, I think Marner's okay there. Connor, these guys will adapt so quick. These are the best of the best. They're going to adapt and develop chemistry quicker than anyone else can. They don't need a damn training camp. I think and then if it doesn't work and you're really trying to mash a square peg into a round hole, switch it up. Go nuclear. I don't care.
A couple of things. If you have any questions for Keep It or Clip It, we need them today. So submit those right now, 780-218-9999, Oilers things, Valentine's Day things, obviously Four Nations questions. If you have any questions for Keep It or Clip It, send those in, the question, and then we keep it or clip it. 780-218-9999 or over in the nasty chat at over on YouTube. Hammer the thumbs up with us there as well. Bone says, Hyman would look so good with Connor at this tourney, would suit his game perfectly. Like, I would rather, I know Hyman wasn't having a good season. I know Marner's a 100-point guy, but I would much rather see Zach Hyman on McDavid's wing in this tournament than Mitch Marner. I mean, it would
be the Kunitz to Crosby in 14.
Yeah, I guess I just have more respect for Hyman than I did for Kunitz.
That's fine.
I know it just like put a guy that he's very familiar with. Guys, I think Marner plays the puck a lot with the Leafs. He deferred the puck to McDavid all game, which was when Marner didn't look like he was doing anything. Hey, he ended up scoring the winner. So, in the end, that definitely worked out for him. Do you think Oilers fans will ever forgive McKinnon for not passing to McDavid enough
Get
in
over
overtime?
Yourselves. Seriously. Like, what a joke. To people that say he's a puck hog and that he should be giving the puck to McDavid
right now.
What a stupid argument. I'm sorry that if you're complaining that much and you're that butthurt about Nathan McKinnon.
People were very angry about it, buddy. You saw it
looking
on social
off
media.
Connor McDavid. Figure it out. These are the two of the best forwards in the world. And you're complaining that he didn't pass to Connor? Boo bloody who? Unbelievable.
Oh, spicy boy Valentine's Day.
I saw that.
No, they're all-time
so
bad takes.
Stupid.
Like,
I'd let Nathan McKinnon shoot every shot because, quite frankly, I think he's a more lethal shooter than Connor McDavid is. Seriously.
Yeah, not having a huge goal-scoring season himself.
No. But he can fire the puck better than McDavid.
He's got a wicked shot, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And then what's the other thing I wanted to get to? Smitty the Welder, no, Reinhart is not like Hyman. I'm not saying they're the same type of player. But on that line, in that role, expand your mind.
And Peter makes a good point. Like on the 2-on-1 where people are like, McDavid had faded off and like way out to the circle. There's no way McKinnon should have passed to him in that spot. McKinnon was in a better shooting spot than McDavid would have been, even if he passed it to him.
I would be like, please shoot it, Nathan. You're better at shooting and scoring than I am.
Like, to me, if in that overtime McDavid had taken 4 shots, nobody in this city would be bitching about how, well, he should have passed to McKinnon. Like, it's just a bad look. Calm down.
Awful.
And on top of it, Nathan McKinnon has been a better player this season than Connor McDavid. So I guess he can do whatever the hell he wants. Like, I saw the replies, like, especially I did like my 3 quick thoughts tweet, and I hop on it, and like 80% of the replies were like, I can't believe McKinnon's that much of a puck hog in overtime. I was like, what? They just won, and McKinnon. It's not like Travis Konechny didn't pass to McDavid 4 times. Like, we're talking about Nathan freaking McKinnon here, man. Like.
Joe via the Nest. It's not a bad look when you hit Crest 3 times prior to a 2-on-1. McKinnon's shots were garbage. Joe, proudly with the Oilers avatar.
Of course. I mean,
Joe, you're like the dorky girl at prom that when you take off her glasses, she all of a sudden becomes pretty. I'm taking off those glasses. I'm Freddie Prinze Jr. I'm taking them off. Those Oiler glasses. And you can see
that's
the
what you're
light.
taking off. I was confused until you said the Oilers glasses. That's what you're taking them off.
I'm taking them off.
What's it? She's got
She's all that.
She's all that. I was gonna say she's got game.
It's Valentine's Day. We're doing romance today.
Anyway, 780-218-9999. This one is people need to get over themselves. He's Nathan McKinnon, for God's sake.
Yes.
He should be allowed to shoot whenever he wants. He's got a cannon. Yes.
Yeah.
Fully agree. I was blown away that I was seeing that so much from the oil logosphere or whatever it is on social media, because I was like, come on, guys. It's Nathan freaking McKinnon. They still won the game. I mean, McDavid looked brilliant when he was out there too.
Yes.
I mean, like, there's outside of McDavid, McKinnon's the only other dude in the bloody league that I get excited when he picks up the puck in his own end, because his rushes just as fast with the puck as Connor. I mean, it's ridiculous. Both of them are freaks.
I was leaning back on my couch watching the game, feet up, and then when McKinnon would get the puck for a rush, I literally would like creep towards my TV and be like,
"Oh yeah,
look at him go!
I know.
Oh my God, look at him go!"
Like when he got it in overtime, I was like, "Oh, here it is!" Like he's going to do something spectacular in this event, as is Connor McDavid. They are arguably, with the exception, well, actually, I will say this, with Leon Draisaitl not in the tournament, they are the 2 best players in the event, in my opinion. Just let them do their own thing. I mean, that was wild.
I know. It's incredible how protective, and it is something to be admired, but it can be overwhelming of how Oilers Nation can overprotect. And in this instance, it's like, guys, let's tap the brakes. Let's take a big picture look at this. It's going to be okay.
Here's what I dread.
What?
Well, I don't dread it, but it'll be a social media cesspool tire fire. McDavid has a turnover against the States that ends up in the back of the Canadian net. The rest of the nation is like criticizing him. And Oilers fans, even though they know, you're like, oh, you probably shouldn't, they have to rush to his defense in this. The rest, that'll be, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine if something like that goes down.
They would here's how I know they would defer the attention. They would point it back and put it on other teams' players. Well, so-and-so didn't do that. So-and-so didn't. Connor had to make that. This is all hypothetical, of course, but I can just see it knowing our market and the rationale.
Gager, what's up, buddy?
Hello, Joaquin.
You should undo one more button on that shirt, buddy.
And you should do up your pants. I'm just kidding.
Are they down a little bit?
No, gotcha.
You're looking jacked, Gager.
Yeah, you've been working out, bruh. You're just naturally jacked.
There you go. Gager stopped drinking a 6-pack every night,
4.
so he's getting jacked now. That's good. All right, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Hernan, what are you playing over there? Oh, against Maddie. I didn't see Maddie there. What's the score? For who? That's why you're swearing. I wonder what the teams are. What are the teams? jeez.
They're yelling at each other.
God, we haven't even started regular season play yet. Tubes.
Whatever.
Chiefs Steelers. That's a good one there. Yeah, Tube Socks has designed a video game graphic for our Twitch channel. When
Not
we launch
surprised. I like that though. That's cool. That's pretty cool.
The Wolf is in and says, will the hockey game be on at the Shamrock tomorrow?
Yes.
I might bring the wife there for supper. Yes. We will have the hockey games on at the Shamrock tomorrow, 100%. We've been planning that for months. All right, let's get into Keep It or Clip It, the home of the most anticipated haircut in the city right now.
Yep.
From Tommy Guns. It'll be, I want to figure it out so I can do that. I want to do one of those videos before I go in there where I'm like, oh, here I am. And then I go like this with my head. And then you see the haircut.
You're like an OOTD.
Yeah, but with hair.
That's like a perfect commercial for them.
That's
promotion.
That's what I want to do. Yeah.
You should definitely do that.
I don't know how that works. I mean, I guess I'll have to cut it together.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at like cutting videos on my phone type of thing.
And Zach are great.
Those guys are good at that stuff.
Did we do that chamber? Did that?
It's shh.
Oh,
it's almost ready.
Oh,
it's almost ready.
I did. Did you hear about my performance?
Yeah, boys said you were great.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Hey, Trev, did you shoot Gager's thing? Might as well shoot it. Yeah. Anyway, we're working on something that hopefully we'll have for you next week. All right. Keep It or Clip It brought to you by Tommy Gunn's Original Barbershop. They believe a gray haircut is more than just a quick in and out. It's about the whole experience. That's why they follow the code, a commitment to deliver the best barbershop experience every single time you visit. From check-in to finishing touch, every step is crafted with care. No appointments needed. Just walk in, relax, and they will take it from there. All right. The Edmonton Oilers should pursue Braden Shen. Keep it or clip it?
Clip it. Guys.
Your eyes. Well, okay, first of all, I believe, what do the guys call themselves? Oh, the Rumor Boys.
Okay.
It came up. I saw a clip of it just on social, and Biz Nasty had said that he heard Vegas and the Oilers were going to be linked to Shen.
Okay. Now, and that's fine because those guys are privy to a lot of people within the game, players talk to them. So, like, most of their intel is like good. But let's I'm clipping it because let's go back to the summer when Doug Armstrong, and this falls under the Parayko stuff too. The people that still think that the Oilers are going to get Parayko some magical way.
I'd like to see them get Parayko in a magical way.
Oh, sure, me too. I'd like to see them get Braden. I think Braden Shen would be great on any team. He's a great hockey player. Let's go back to the summer when Doug Armstrong basically stuck a dagger into the Oilers' gut and plucked Philip Broberg and Dylan Holloway, two guys that were on the cusp of making the next step in their careers and are doing it with the St. Louis Blues now, when he hit them with the offer sheets, and those guys signed it. And we heard that, oh, by the way, Doug Armstrong and Ken Holland are very, very good friends. And Doug Armstrong didn't like how Ken Holland was treated in his last year as a lame duck GM of the Edmonton Oilers. So you're telling me, if you think that a deal like this is going to happen between Edmonton and St. Louis now, that Doug Armstrong is going to go, sure, Stan Bowman, sure, Jeff Jackson, I'm going to make a deal with you so you can have one of my best defensemen or my captain? Not a chance in hell. Clip it. It's not going to happen unless there's a three-way deal. And if Doug Armstrong caught wind that the Oilers are going to end up with Braden Shen or Colton Parayko, he doesn't do the deal.
I mean, you're right. I mean, you make a good point.
How can we forget this? There's bad blood there. So Doug Armstrong go, sure, Oilers, I'm sorry I took two of your best prospects. I'm going to give you my captain, or I'm going to give you my best defenseman. Okay, let's do that. By the way, all that stuff with Kenny Holland, who's still my dear friend and golfing buddy, it's all water under the bridge. Guys, no, that doesn't work that way. There's bad blood there.
So maybe?
So you're saying there's a chance?
I mean, it does.
Clip it.
Seems crazy to think that those two are going to come down a significant deal that benefits the Edmonton Oilers. I mean, it's a good point.
I will cap it by saying, I think Braden Shen, if he somehow ended up as an Oiler, would be a monster addition. Same with Colton Parayko. But just the logic to make it happen does not exist. And I think we need to remind ourselves of that.
I sure hope your date doesn't bring this up tonight.
She doesn't care. She doesn't care about the Oilers the way Oilers fans care about the Oilers.
So she's not. You're going to sit down with her tonight. She's not going to go, I could not believe McKinnon didn't pass to McDavid.
No, she didn't even know there was a game that night. She was working at her bar restaurant.
Yeah. Okay.
She's like, oh, what game? I had to. Are you guys having the game? She's like, game. Oilers are not playing, are they?
Well,
like, oh, that's why I like
probably
you.
give her the schedule for these Canadian games.
She knows.
Yeah. Keep it or clip it. Klingberg will look good enough before the deadline that the Oil won't trade for another D-man.
Clip it. Reed, I love how Reed brought this up and continues to remind people. Klingberg is an upgrade on Troy Stecher. But is he a replacement for somebody? Is he strong enough to be a guy that you can rely on defensively, that you don't need to go get another defenseman? I don't think that's the case. But he's been a good addition. I think his game will get better. I still think they go out and get a D-man.
All right, let's get to this one. Comes in from Da Uper. First text they've ever sent in from a 906 number. Where's 906?
I'll look it up.
Is that a new local number around here? Where's 906 area code?
Upper Peninsula of Michigan?
Michigan. Well, put another shrimp on the bobby.
That's the one.
Keep it or clip it. You can't win a cup without goaltending.
Define goaltending.
Well, it's a great question, Tommy, because he goes on to add on the text, the others are ready to win now, and Stu Skinner needs more time. You can't waste McDavid and Draisaitl's prime to wait on Stu Skinner, even if he might end up being an all-time great when it's all said and done.
Oh, to that,
this guy's saying fast forward the goaltending situation a little bit.
Clip that.
Okay.
I don't agree with it. I think Stu Skinner. What was Aiden Hill when he won?
It was absolutely nothing.
He was a suitcase. Yeah. He was the third stringer for the Golden Knights going into that postseason. So I clipped that rationale. I think Stu Skinner is going to be fine, much to the chagrin of many Oiler fans. I still think they probably win the Stanley Cup this year with him in net.
Let's get to this one. Dusty will have a hilarious travel experience on the way back from Boston next week that'll lead him to doing at least one day of shows from a random airport hotel. Keep it or clip it. I better not, because I am flying home first thing Friday morning, because Friday is the Muzz's birthday, and I am not missing part of her. She'll be at school till 2, and I'm trying. My flight is supposed to she'll be at school till 3. And I'm trying to be home before she gets off of school. So it would be like I didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
So I'm leaving Boston at 7, which is 5 o'clock our time here. I'm going to Denver. And then Denver up here, I'm supposed to land here at 2:20.
So right in the nick of time.
So as long as there's no delays, which I know, anyway, if I'm not home by 3 o'clock next Friday, I'm going to be pissed. I'll just say that. So...
Mixing a water on your last day there.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're still doing shows in the morning and stuff, so it won't be too crazy. But yeah, we'll see.
Ethan, be a nasty chat. Goalie for the Oilers is Vamelka, not Gibson. Upgrade on Pickard for the run in case Skinner's falters. A true tandem type. Vamelka.
Tommy, you're too fired up today. No more talk.
I'm very fired up.
Let's let Tommy go.
Vamelka?
Let's let Tommy go.
A guy who's done diddly squat in the NHL is the guy.
Diddly squat drop.
Vamelka.
Tommy's you're a spicy boy today.
I'm just getting fired up. I got fired. I heard you guys talk about Parayko on the morning show right when I turned on to say good morning to the Nasties, and I was just like, what are we talking about here?
Hot take alert.
Oh, is that
Thank
Zach
you.
to come over there?
A little Pinter action.
Sliding in with a clip on the board that we never hear. That's great. All right. That's going to do it for Oil Stream today. Brought to you by Boston Pizza. We don't need to tell you. We had a bunch of people say it's tradition. It's tradition. Heart-shaped pizzas on Valentine's Day at Boston Pizza. Coming at you with, of course, Popeyes and Tommy Guns on board as well. I guess you'll next hear from us when we see you on Saturday at the, Hello Hockey tomorrow for you guys.
Hello
and
Hockey.
then we'll see you Saturday at the Fun Spill, which should be a pretty good time. EST Afternoons with Hernan and Gager coming up next. For Tommy Gazzola, I am Dustin Nielson. I will talk to you at the Fun Spill, and if not, Tuesday morning from Boston.
Happy Valentine's Day. I love you. Thank you for the text today. That was fun. I don't know why I got so
Who
fired
are
up.
you talking to when you said I love you?
Everybody.
Not Reed Wilkins, though.
Especially Reed
Oh,
Wilkins.
Reed, he does love you.
He's not listening.
All right, that's going to do it. EST Afternoons in less than 4 minutes.